What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here. I'm bringing you yet another VR gameplay video. This time I'm going to be looking at a Vive collective, I guess you could call it that. It's a minigame collection, and this is actually a free experience or game or whatever you want to call it, tech demo. Pretty much it's from nVidia, and it's a showcase of different PhysX things that they can do well, you can already do them in any game right now, but it's to show their effects in VR and how they actually can be done without too much of a performance hit. Now, this game has multiple different settings graphically and physics-wise that you can set it on. I'm running it on, like, middle tier, I think. I have a 970 and a single GPU, so I don't have a second GPU dedicated solely to the physics. But that is an option. If you have two 1080s, the new like flagship GPU from nVidia, you can have both of them running, in which one is just doing the graphical calculations and the second one is solely dedicated to the physics calculations. So I have no idea how great that looks. I haven't even seen any videos of it. I actually kind of avoided, while I was out at camp, I avoided a lot of footage of a lot of VR things because I didn't want the things spoiled before I could go jump in. But you know, obviously I'm making this kind of video because not everybody does have a VR headset, so this is how you can kind of see these things without having to spend the $800 to get the headset. Not to mention the computer that it takes to be able to actually run them. So, this thing, it's a very, very short thing. I go through all that it has to offer. I even spend a little extra amount of time in some of the experiences just digging around, just really just messing around with certain things, just further trying to mess with liquids and see what's breakable and stuff. And altogether, I finished this in around 10-11 minutes. So it's not the, but again, it's free, and they are going to be adding some new things. At the very end of it, it shows you your score for everything, and it has a few boards that show coming soon for something like a basketball kind of thing, and some other things. So I'm sure there will be a patch at some point to update the game with further things, and I'll check those out, because some of these are actually really fun. Probably my highlights were the there's one thing where it started, its last thing, it starts shooting explosive, not explosive, but it shoots out of a cannon some breakable objects, and you've got two revolvers, unlimited ammo, very, very, you know, Carnival-esque kind of experience. It's not like some hardcore, realistic tactical shooter. So you get to shoot those things. It's just cool when you shoot the things, the breakable stuff just, you know, flies into your screen, and it's really cool to see the physics in that regard. There's one experience which, by the time I'm talking in this, it might already be on screen, or it might have already passed, where you're shooting little liquid-filled goo kind of squirt guns, and just seeing the liquid effects was actually really cool in the VR. And there was another one where it's kind of late in the video, and it's a punching thingy. There's these little dummies with hair. It's showing off the hair physics, but you got these boxing gloves on, and you get to punch them. And that was actually really, really fun. It's the second game that's made me realize just how much I do want an MMA boxing kind of first-person perspective boxing game for VR. And I think there is one out there already, so I'm going to check that out at some point. But yeah, so this is just a collection, mini games. You know, nothing that's out of the ordinary. But the game did run fine on my 970, which is like the not even I don't even think they say on there. I think they actually say that the 1060 is like the bare minimum, so they're not even saying that my 970 is a recommended thing for the minimum settings of the game. And I even run it a little above minimum settings. So the game's actually quite optimized, and I do really hope to see physics effects come into play for VR games. Like, they're already cool enough in non-VR games and 2D games. Just physics is really, really cool, but seeing that stuff in virtual reality is just awesome. Like, I can't put some mathematical number on it. It's a lot cooler to see this stuff kind of, you know, break and shatter in front of you. VR has that you know, that sense of place, that sense of immersion, and, you know, all those other hot topic words that people like throw out there when talking about VR. But it already has so much of that. So when you see things breaking apart and gooing and oozing and hair flying the way it should, it's further things to help add to that immersion and whatever hot words you want to throw out there. But yeah, it's really cool, and the fact that they did get it to run on something like a 970. I don't know if this is a very small, constrained environment that you're in. So in the future, when you've got multiplayer going on, are they going to have soldiers that when you shoot them and they die, blood effects? So this is going to be like that, and you're going to have simulated hair on every single soldier, all 16 people in an 8v8 match. I don't know. Probably not first generation. I doubt that the current GPUs and CPUs can run that on to that scale. But still, since early on, we're seeing a lot of these VR kind of games that are these kind of standard ground shooters and stuff that don't have you moving around in such an open environment. Hopefully that does continue to change. A lot of these games are starting to get away from that, and we are seeing more open experiences where you can move around the world in a large, more traditional kind of gaming experience. Hopefully they can still get these physics effects to not crush your frame rate and whatnot. So hopefully this kind of stuff we'll see in some RPGs and things like that, something like Vanishing Realms Episode 2 and The Gallery Episode 2, these second generation experience. Oh, those are going to be out on first gen first gen VR headsets, the current Vive and whatnot. But they're second iteration, their second generation of those games, those series, or just the new IPs that come out, in the second year of VR fully being out there to the public. So that's what I'm hoping we'll start seeing, those kind of experiences, taking advantage of these physics effects that nVidia has put out there. I'm hoping that they make it easily available for these developers, and I hope that they are optimized well enough that these larger, full-on games can again take advantage of without taking it free. So, yeah, I actually was only planning on talking for like 2 minutes and then cutting straight into the gameplay, but like always, I ended up talking far more than expected. So I guess, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. This game really is incredibly simplistic. All the little sample things are very simplistic, but this is a great thing that I can use to give as an introduction to people if something like the lab or Job Simulator is a little too slow for them. I can still throw them into this, and it's slightly up there more in what they're throwing at you, quite literally throwing at you in one of the experiences. So this will be another great tool for me to use when demoing this HTC Vive off to friends and family. So hope you guys enjoyed the nVidia Funhouse demo gameplay so far, and the last minute and a half or whatever that's left. I hope you guys do enjoy that as well. Hope you guys enjoyed all of it, and be on the lookout for more and more VR stuff. I've just got so many games I've picked up, so many of these demos and experiences. So be on the lookout for more, and if you guys do have any requests for things, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I have overlooked in the Steam store that I just haven't found, something that was a $20 price tag, so I passed on it, but it does happen to have a demo available that I can check out. Please, if you have any requests, make those requests, leave a comment as to what you would like to see, because there's a lot going on in this VR scene, and there's a lot that I've pretty much guaranteed overlooked and have missed. So hope you guys have enjoyed all of it. Have a good one. Ta-ta.